Welcome. Here I am getting surprised by the live button. Facebook, they give you kind of a countdown. And I'm still new to this in YouTube. This is my third live. So, as you know, my name is Kim Corvin, retired lawyer. I used to be a judge of landlord and tenant disputes too, so I understand the legal system and I understand how that family law, how it works from the perspective of a lawyer. Today's live is about navigating narcissism and how to save $20,000 in legal fees as you divorce. And it might sound like, what in the heck are you talking about? A couple things to be aware of. And my source for this, I'm going to keep it short today. My source for this is actually the Canadian Research Institute for Law and the Family. They did a survey in 2017, published in 2018, and they looked at different paths to divorce, right? Like they looked at the traditional legal stream of hiring a lawyer and you go to court, and that's how you do it. They looked at arbitration, which is kind of lawyer light, where you hire somebody who isn't a judge, who is trained to weigh evidence, like take evidence, weigh it all, and figure out, apply the law, write a decision, and you're done. So everything stays private with arbitration. They looked at collaborative law, which is lawyers who are trained in interest based dispute resolution. Each party has a lawyer. They sign contracts with their lawyer saying if they can't settle, the lawyer cannot represent them in court. Collaborative law. And then mediation, which is where a third party, impartial, sits down with the people in the conflict and helps them talk so that they can figure out solutions, first so that they can identify what issues matter to them, what they want to solve, and so that they can figure out how to solve them in a way that honors them. And of course, with all of those, to actually end your marriage in Canada, you still need to go to court. And it's my understanding it's the same in the United States, that there's no getting away from that. But there's a potential to decide just about anything else, and that is the mediation stream primarily. Okay, so let's get back on topic to navigating narcissism and how to save $20,000 to get divorced. And of course, I mentioned that study from the Canadian Research Institute of Law and the Family. What they found, because they looked at disputes in terms of low conflict and high conflict. And high conflict disputes, there's a lot of hurt, a lot of feelings of humiliation. And, sometimes you need supervised drop offs of the kids, and it's ugly. And when you look at high conflict disputes, and often a divorce with a narcissist is high conflict, because of course a narcissist, they have trouble experiencing any empathy. They know what they want, they know what's important to them, and empathy and thinking where the other person's coming from is a struggle. So they tend to be high conflict. So high conflict, what that study came out with is the average cost for high conflict divorce, if you work with a lawyer, is about $54,000 per person. And of course, most lawyers won't tell you that, but that is in a study. And that particular study, they actually made a note that one respondent said that the greatest amount the lawyer had ever charged a client in a high conflict divorce was $625,000. And it was so far out of the range that the Institute didn't include it in the sample to arrive at an average. So you're looking at $54,000 is what you alone are going to spend if you hire a lawyer and do everything in court. And then, of course, your spouse will likely spend that much too. So that would be over $100,000 coming out of your household and being paid to two law firms. And that's money, of course, that you might otherwise put into your child's education when they're done, paying down your mortgage, what have you, trip to Disneyland. What the cost was for high conflict mediation per person was between $31,000 and $32,000 per person. Now you're likely still gasping for air at that one. I know I was when I looked at it, because I have never come close to billing anybody that much, ever. So, $31,000, $32,000 per person for mediation. If you with your narcissist, if you start in mediation and then have to go to court, even, because I suspect that's likely what happened, you're going to save $22,000, which is a big savings. So that is my live today. Start with mediation. These are the statistics. They're not my numbers. They're not me promoting me as a mediator. It is so you have good information so you can make the best financial decisions possible. Like, even if you can't settle it all in mediation, you start there, you're going to save over $20,000. And if you want more tips, my website is theconflictqueen.ca. Check it out. And maybe if book a free consult. I would love to chat with you. That's it for today. Thanks.